What if everything you think you are is a lie? What if the very concept of you is a mask you learn to wear, shaped by fear, culture, and the desperate need to belong? And what if the only way to see reality, to live fully awake, is to destroy that mask piece by piece, until there's nothing left but raw, terrifying freedom? Welcome to a journey most people will never dare to take. The philosophy that doesn't just question your beliefs, but rips apart the illusion of self itself. And yes, this may disturb you, but if it does, that means you're exactly the kind of person who needs to hear it. Stay with me, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ask yourself, who am I really, before we even begin? From the moment we're born, we inherit a story. Parents, teachers, society, all carving into us, this is who you are. They hand us names, beliefs, fears, values. We grow up thinking this fragile bundle of thoughts and labels is me. But deep down, there's always a quiet suspicion. Am I really this person or just playing a role? Some call this role the ego. Others, the persona, the mask, the conditioned self. But philosophers throughout history have gone even further. They've asked, what if the self is an illusion altogether? Not something that merely covers the truth, but something that is the lie. Eastern whispers and Western shadows. In ancient India, the Upanishads whispered that the personal self, the ahamkara, is a barrier, blinding us to the universal self, the Atman. In China, Laozi taught that the more we cling to identity, the further we drift from the Tao, the nameless infinite reality. But the West also birthed thinkers who saw through the mask. Nietzsche spoke of the self as a shifting storm of drives and instincts. David Hume couldn't even find a self when he looked inward, only thoughts and sensations flickering and vanishing. And modern neuroscience quietly agrees, there is no single self in the brain. Just modules, processes, memories. A ghost story we tell ourselves to feel stable. Why the ego feels so real, yet the mask feels solid. We defend it fiercely. Why? Because the ego's primary function is protection. It protects us from shame, from rejection, from existential terror. It whispers, you are special, you are separate. You must control, win, and prove your worth. And so we compare, judge, pretend. We become addicted to being someone. Even if that someone is unhappy, at least it feels familiar. The ego would rather suffer than risk non-existence. The cost of wearing the mask. Here's what most people never see. The ego doesn't just protect us, it traps us. It's the reason why criticism feels like death, why we react with anger when we're challenged, why love turns into jealousy and ambition into fear. Every disappointment is magnified because it's not just something that happened, it's something that happened to me. The ego personalizes everything, and in doing so, it keeps us chained to anxiety and insecurity. Unmasking, the painful path to freedom. To truly see the ego is horrifying. Imagine stepping outside yourself and watching everything you do. Every opinion, every clever comment, every subtle brag, exposed as the ego's desperate attempt to feel real. This is why so few people do it. It feels like self-destruction. But here's the paradox. Only by dying to the false self can we discover what we really are. Step 1. Radical self-observation. Instead of trying to be better, watch yourself. See when you get offended, and notice the voice that says, how dare they? See your need to win arguments, to be seen as smart, kind, spiritual, or successful. Don't fight it, just observe. Observation alone starts to dissolve the mask. Like ice under sunlight, it melts when you stop feeding it with unconscious belief. Step 2. Accepting emptiness. When the mask starts to fall away, something terrifying appears. Emptiness. If I'm not these thoughts, opinions, and stories, what am I? For a moment, it feels like standing on the edge of an abyss. But keep looking. In that emptiness, you find something deeper. Consciousness itself. The silent witness. Not the actor, but the stage on which all thoughts and feelings come and go. This is the unmasked self. Not a thing you can see, but the seeing itself. Step 3. Living without a fixed identity. Without the ego, life becomes lighter. You can act, speak, love, create, without needing to protect an image. You can admit ignorance. You can change your mind. You can fail and it doesn't feel like death. Ironically, you become more authentic because you have nothing to defend. And paradoxically, you become stronger. Criticism, praise, and rejection pass through you. They no longer cling. But beware, the ego's last trick. The ego is cunning. It can turn even egolessness into a new identity. Look at me, I'm so humble, I'm so spiritual, I have no ego. This is why true philosophers and mystics remain skeptical of their own minds. They never claim to have arrived. They keep observing, keep questioning, even their own enlightenment. Why destroy the ego at all? Some might ask, why bother? Isn't the ego useful? Yes, it is. The ego helps navigate the world. It sets boundaries, it plans, protects, and organizes. The problem isn't having an ego, it's believing you are the ego. When the mask becomes fused to your skin, you forget it's a mask. That's when suffering multiplies. Unmasking is about seeing the ego as a tool, not an identity. The dark gift of ego death. So what do you gain by unmasking? Freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever you want, but the freedom to not be ruled by fear. You gain peace because you stop fighting reality to defend an illusion. You gain authenticity because you no longer need to pretend. And you gain love. Not sentimental love, but the quiet compassion that comes when you see everyone else is trapped in their masks too. A challenge to you. For the next day, watch your mind. Notice every moment you feel the urge to prove, defend, or impress. Catch yourself telling stories about who you are or what others should think of you. And ask, who is speaking? Who am I defending? Don't answer, just look. This is the first step toward unmasking. If this disturbed you, good. If it intrigued you, even better. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone brave enough to question themselves. And remember, the mask you wear was never really yours. And the one who sees it was never truly bound. Freedom begins the moment you dare to look in the mirror and realize there's nothing there to defend. See you in the next one.